After 5 months of waiting, my orchids are finally here. Let's see what's inside. Hi, I'm Jess, and today I'm going to share with you my orchid haul from Orchids by Hausermann. After months of waiting, this box has finally made it to California, so it's time to break it open and check out some new plants. I'm really excited to share these plants with you. It's been a while since I ordered these, so I'm not super familiar with the plants that are inside, but let's go take a look. The first plant is the Ionopsis utricularioides. Now this plant is on a mount, and it looks like it's a small cedar shingle. This plant is part of the Oncidium tribe, although it likes to be mounted. People grow these plants really similar to Tolumnias, so that means it's a twig epiphyte. It likes to have its roots exposed to the air. I believe this species is native to Florida and parts of the Caribbean, so it'll be really exciting to see how I can grow this plant in my current environment. Because this plant is on a mount, it definitely needs a lot of water, but with less plants that are mounted, I think I can focus and devote my time to keeping these well watered. I'm probably going to water these ones almost every day, if not twice a day, depending on how hot the weather may be. Here in Southern California, it gets really hot but really dry. So I really have to balance out the humidity and watering to keep these plants happy. I think the flower on this plant is really stunning. A couple of other YouTubers have the Ionopsis Hayuri popcorn, so it's very similar to that, except that one's a hybrid and this one is the species. This is one of my challenge plants for the year, so it's something new that I haven't tried yet, and it'll be interesting to see how it grows. The next plant are actually two of the same plant. It is the Phalaenopsis sogo vivian. This one has the variegated leaf edge, and I think they're just so beautiful and stunning that I just have to have more. My sogo vivian actually declined over the winter season. I think it just got way too cold for it, and so it just basically fell apart. So this one is the perfect replacement, and since I have two, I'm going to make sure that these ones both do well. Maybe I'll do an experiment with them, but for now they are looking great. Currently both of them are in spike, so buds will be coming soon, and hopefully I can share with you the flowers once they're in bloom. The next plant is a novelty phal. It is the Phalaenopsis Stars Handlebar Mustache. The flowers of this plant is really fun. Over the lip, it has kind of like a little mustache pigmentation over it, and I think it's just kind of cute. There are other hybrids that have this kind of mustache effect, but this is the only one that I was able to get my hands on, and I can't wait to see this one bloom. It's currently in spike, so I'm just hoping for once the buds and the flowers appear, I can share with you what these flowers look like in full form. Most of the phals that I have tend to be more plain solid colors, so this one is a great addition and it gives a little bit of a whimsical effect. The next plant is the Miltoniopsis lingle. Now this one is a pink Miltoniopsis with a slight yellow center. Miltoniopsis are one of my favorites, so I always have to have one in my collection, and this one is going to be a replacement for my pink lemonade. So one of my other pink Miltoniopsis started to die off on me. I think that's because that's my first Miltoniopsis that I ever got, and I just treated it pretty poorly, and it struggled to recover, and finally it just didn't make it. This plant has about 2 spikes emerging from 2 new growths, so it'll be a while before it's fully in bloom, but right now I see them just emerging from the leaf bract, so I know those ones will be coming up soon. This plant looks really healthy. As you can see, the leaves stick straight up and they have no kind of curve or flop to it, which is really interesting. Usually I grow my Miltoniopsis outdoors during the winter season and indoors during the summer season. I do this because they are considered intermediate / cool growers, but basically that means they just prefer slightly cooler temperatures. So they don't like temperatures over 85 degrees. And I know the summers here are going to be really hot. I mean, the spring here is already pretty hot already. So I know that by keeping them indoors, they'll be a lot happier. Miltoniopsis have a reputation for being finicky depending on where you live and the environment that you grow in. I've had mixed success with these plants, but since I love these plants so much, I'm going to try and make it work in my environment. Now the last plant that I got is the Zygopetalum triste. I believe this one tends to take in a lot more water than a hybrid, so I'm just gonna have to gauge and see how this plant does. So far, this plant is really happy, really bushy, and it's actually quite a nice specimen. Looking at it, it has these nice thick bulbs, good fleshy leaves, and overall, it's just a very healthy plant. I had pulled it out of the pot and I saw that the roots were just growing around the edges of the pot. The media was just barely covering it. So I placed it in a larger pot and put sphagnum moss all around it. I didn't want to tease out any of the media because there was just barely any left. It's basically just all roots inside the pot. This plant is very healthy and I'm just hoping I can just maintain and continue that momentum so that I'll have a great growing year. With Psychopetalums and same with Miltoniopsis, I like to grow them in full sphagnum moss. I tried mixes with bark and other things blooms, but because of the way the temperatures are here and how low our humidity is, I really need a media that can really retain a lot of water and stay wet for a longer period of time. So those are the plants that I got from Orchids by Hausermann. I am so happy to get this order and see how great these plants are doing. They're already super healthy, so I'm hoping that I can continue that momentum, keep them growing strong for the growing season, keep them well hydrated and looking fresh so that I can share with you their blooms in the future. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like these haul videos, please leave in the comments to let me know so I can make more of these, or follow along on the playlist for more orchid hauls. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!